Welcome to Deep Thought. Think critically when watching TV. Think critically when watching TV. All right, I just talked about the Watchmen series yesterday and American Gods the day before. And one of the things, and it's very important. Now, after around the end of yesterday's podcast, I did say I do be trying to watch stuff without, just for pure entertainment. And even I mentioned a cartoon series too that I'll check out every now and then. But really, every single thing has some type of meaning. Every single thing, even if it's a cartoon series. It's very important to think critically. Yes, you want to be entertained, but you also want to think critically, not even so much to break the series down. That might not be your thing. That takes certain people whose job is to analyze stuff like that. That might not be your thing. You rather listen to them. But you want to think critically anyway, because remember, these are all programs. They're trying to put something into your subconscious. Understand, and I've said this several times. I said this on my other platform. I say this even more in private. I've been in public spaces and said this. Your subconscious takes in everything. It really doesn't make a difference where it sees something. What's it getting? It assumes it's real. Until, even if, and many people suspend their disbelief when they watch these things. They don't question it. They don't say, hey, why is this happening? Yeah, you got to do different, because sometimes people get programmed with certain ideas, certain thoughts, and if they really trace it, it's probably some TV program. It's probably some image shown. Because one thing I've noticed, a lot of images you see on TV really aren't real life. I'll give you a great example. On a certain TV network. I'll just say what it is. What they gonna do? Get mad? The CW. I was like, I peeped years ago. I was like, man, all these shows, the men and women are gorgeous. Like, the women are just damn near perfect. I mean, they could be action figures. I'm like, damn, they gorgeous. I ain't never seen this quality of attraction anywhere. And the men, no homo. I'm like, damn, y'all some of the straight up models and everything. And so I started thinking about it. I said, but that doesn't represent real life. Now, the program in there is setting an ideal for people, and you get some people who try to match that ideal. And that's the thing, because one of the things when you're watching these programs, pay attention to the commercials you got. I'm going to tell you what, I've mentioned this before, but it was a teacher I had in high school. And he would give us interesting assignments. One of the most interesting assignment he gave us, we had to watch the ABC News, but not the actual news. I mean, if we watched it, he wasn't getting mad or anything. He said, I want y'all to come back and tell me about the commercials you saw. And then that's when I really started looking at stuff. It was like, okay, you showing all these beautiful images and stuff. What are the commercials? Who's promoting it? What are they promoting? What agenda do they have? That's very important. Even on social media now, what type of ads do you see and everything? You got to think critically. Like, you thinking you just watching some entertainment thing, but where are they trying to go with that? What they trying to do when they writing it? Like, I'll tell you a show like Power. Which is one of my favorite shows, I think I was more excited when it first came on because of the premise of a man trying to leave a certain life. But they just kept them in it. But I'm thinking, okay, what image does that send out, especially to maybe some black men? Because one thing I peeped, it was a few years ago, you had some shows where you had black male characters who were like criminals, And I was like, what they trying to say. Because when people see a certain image, that's what they want to do. That's what they want to do. They don't, because like when you watch TV, like there was a prominent writer, I don't know if he wants his name called, but he had paid attention to like many shows that would have a black male character, and he would always be like, they ain't getting none. They wouldn't get sex or anything. So what message does that send? Or something I peeped this with some stuff, because when I was younger, I used to watch the Disney Channel with my children, like some superhero stuff. And I remember they had something about a black superhero, young guy. He was supposed to be part of a superhero family. And the mother of my children pointed out something. She said, when you had other shows similar where you had white characters, they would hook up with somebody. They had this guy, he ain't hook up with the main girl. It's like, Understand, and that's just one thing. It could be anything. It could be any group, any religion, whatever. Okay, how are they presenting the character? See, understand something. The best way to really do characters is through archetypes. That's the best way. Every character represents an archetype. It's not necessarily a main person or a specific person. People are more calm with it. But what you have are archetypes. In fact, you have a website. It's called TV Tropes on the net, and it talks about it'll talk about different archetypes. The smart, pretty person, or the genius bruiser. That's where I actually got that archetype, or the term for the archetype from. And the archetypes will behave in a certain way, and it's a certain thing. Like some psychologists, if they can put together a real show and they want a group of people to behave a certain way, they'll show them in a certain way. So I'm saying all that to say this: when you see these shows, they're never just there. What are they saying? What are they promoting? What are they trying to say? Like a couple of days ago, I mentioned a different world. Like when that came out, the increase in students at historically black colleges increased exponentially. Some reports said it tripled that people applying. But then I remember all of a sudden, they kind of almost cut the show. The writing and everything was drastically changed. Because even though it was it wasn't so much, it wasn't as funny, but it would hit some serious issues. It was, in a fun sort of way, but it was still some serious issues. But they changed it totally, like it's last year. So it's like, In fact, different TV images was something that, or images was something that Bill Cosby used to talk about a lot. So, whatever the case, it's very important what we see, what we hear. It's very important to send a critical thought with it, as you can sit there and watch it and then just say whatever. Like I was talking about The Watchmen, right? Now, like I said, I was watching it for entertainment, but as soon as they started with a depiction of the Tulsa riot, I started thinking, the critical thought started going down. Now, I still tried to just sat through it with entertainment. I ain't have notes out or anything. I probably will next time. What are they trying to say? In fact, people who are familiar with me know on my other channel, I've done reviews of the TV show Insecure. Now, I wasn't just doing it just to do it. There were a lot of images promoted in that thing that needed to be thinking about. Like every time you see something, pay attention. Just pay attention. You can still be entertained. You can still laugh. You can still cheer. But always think, okay, what's this really saying? Just send it down with the thought. That way, even though the thought is in your subconscious, it's got that critical thought with it. It's like, oh, wait a minute. Like I used to do that when I was young, just real quick. I remember somebody was asking, well, why they do that in the film? And I'd be like, oh, that was just in the script, though. Oh, man. But anyway, something to think about. So anyway, that's all I have for now. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace and many blessings.